All right, all right. Welcome to the call. For those who are going to be on here late, you're going to watch the recording. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited that you're here or that you're watching, whatever. What I want to do is, I want to talk to you about overcoming self-doubt. Do you feel doubtful sometimes? I bet in those moments that you're going after life or you're wanting to create that success, what's the first thing that jumps in? Doubt. And your mind goes back to those negative times that you've had in your past. And your mind pushes you away from those difficult times that you want. So, what are you going to do in your life? What can you do in your life? Well, you can begin to push through those times. Do you know that faith and fear are both believing in something you can't see? So, when you're doubting something, you're fearing it. When you're doubting something, you have to put more faith behind and go after things. I remember when after my son died, and then my wife and I tried to have a couple more kids. And when we began and my first son, Caleb, was born, it was tough. It was, I had a lot of doubt. I had a lot of uncertainty about if he was going to live, if he was going to get sick too. And then my second son, Kessler, was born, and same thing. I had doubts again. Now they're 9 and 10, and they've increased and they've grown, and the doubts aren't there so much because I've already surpassed certain areas. So I'm able to focus past those self-doubts. And that's what I want to show you today, my friend. I want to show you how you can overcome your doubts and how you can begin to live that life that you truly want to live. So, first of all, we're going to identify and understand self-doubt. So, what is self-doubt? Basically, it's what I have done. It can manifest in three different ways. What do I have? Three? 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways. One is, sorry, I keep looking at my notes. Negative self-talk. That's a huge one. Negative self-talk is going to keep you trapped in your doubt. When you're going after things and you're like, I can't do that. This isn't the life I can move into. Why do I keep having this kind of life? What's going on with my life? And you keep telling yourself all this negativity. Yeah, you're going to doubt yourself. You're not going to be able to push forward. You're not going to be able to go after those goals, that life that you truly want. And what about fear of failure? Fear of failure is probably one of the biggest stoppers in the world. People want to achieve success. People want to have that amazing relationship. People want to have a family, but they fear losing something and failing and seeing from people outside of you what it truly feels to fail and have their opinion matter in your life. And when you can learn to overcome that fear, which I'll give you some strategies for, you can then move forward with your life because it's part of it. Life is going to happen. Life is going to cause you to step out of your comfort zone if you want to, right? Every day you have the opportunity to live a life that you truly want to live. But if you're not prepared for it and you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. You are responsible for your life. It doesn't matter what happens to you, for you, coming into your life. It's up to you to make the changes, to transform, to create that life that you want. And until you do, your life's not going to change. Your life's not going to become great because you're fearing failing before you even get started. And the third is imposter syndrome. You know, I'm beginning my journey here. I'm fairly new at this. I'm only maybe a year or two into developing and helping people through their PTSD symptoms in their life. And, I feel like an imposter, but I've done it, right? I know what I made it through. And I've talked to so many people and I've seen what they've made it through. So when you come into the place and going, I'm not that, you don't need to be a guru at whatever you're going after to begin to go after it. You'll learn along the way. It's a journey, right? I wrote down the other day in my journal that I'm beginning this quest. And that's what I see it is. It's a quest that I'm going after to create more people in this world that are coached into helping people with PTSD than people suffering with PTSD. If we can tip the balance, that's when the life's going to change. That's when all of this stuff is going to transform. But you have to get past that imposter. You have to get past saying, I'm not good enough. Why would people listen to me? Because you have a message that they're waiting for. You're that voice that they're longing to hear. You don't need the world to hear you. You only need enough people, right? The people that are supposed to hear you are going to be ones that hear you, and you're not an imposter to them. And finally is perfectionism. That is one of the biggest self-doubts that you can manifest, is because you want everything to be perfect. You want it to go the way that you think it should go. And if it's not perfect, if it doesn't go exactly that way, well, I'm not going to do it, or I'll stop. There's been a few courses that I built that I'm like, okay, it wasn't as perfect as I want it to be. And then I won't even launch it. I won't even launch the course because it has to be perfect. It doesn't, right? I have my journals out there, and I don't know if you've seen them. I can put my link, or I will put my link into the into the chat. And what I'll do there is, you can see I have a journal out there, and in this journal that I worked very hard at, there's mistakes in it, but it provides so much for people, and it provides people with that intention every day to build that life that you want to build. And I admit openly on here that there are spelling mistakes, right? There's certain words, but you know what? It's not perfect, and it's not meant to be. It's meant to transform your life, and it's meant to transform and give you that assistance to transform your life. And that, my friend, I know it does. So one of the first steps to recognize which symptom you might be having, so that you can begin to stop it. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to recognize, okay, am I fearing that I'm going to fail? Wait, am I not doing this because I want everything to be perfect before I start? Do I think nobody's going to listen to me because I'm an imposter? Like, which one are you going through? And when you can figure out which one you're going through, that's when you can begin to create that life. That's when you can begin to show yourself and give yourself that affirmations and say, look, it doesn't matter if it's perfect. There's people out there that want to listen to me. Right now, it shows 0 people on this call, right? But you know what? Somewhere down the road, I'm going to have 1,000 people watching this call because I'm going to keep going, right? I'm reading a book right now called, oh man, I don't even know what it's called. Consistency. It's about just keep going. Like, don't stop. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. If you're wanting to build something, if you feel passionate about your quest, go after it, my friend. Don't let other people stop you until you hit that goal that you want to hit. Right? My goal is to tip the balance of PTSD over people with non-PTSD. That's my goal. And if I don't hit it in my life, I don't hit it in my life. But that's what I'm going for. Because PTSD is a pandemic, and we need to squash it, and we need to kill it. So that's what I'm going for. Second thing, so strategies for overcoming self-doubt. First is to set accurate goals. Now, I like to use the word accurate because sometimes they say realistic, but what is realistic, right? Is my goal of tipping the balance of PTSD a realistic goal? Probably not. But it's an accurate goal. And that's what I'm going after. I'm going after to say, okay, this is what I'm going for, right? It might not be realistic. Maybe it will. I don't know. That's above my my thought pattern right now. But I am going to go for it. And I am going to have sold stadiums with people with PTSD that need this transformation, because that's what I'm doing. Because I have that goal. And that's what you focus on. And that'll squash my self-doubt, because I'm like, this is my quest. This is what I'm going after. I can't stop, because there's people like you that are waiting for this message. There's people like you that are saying, I need to get over this PTSD. I need to get over my mindset. How do I do it? Well, you begin with self-doubt. You begin with believing in yourself. I always say belief is the first step in healing. If you believe you can heal, you're going to heal. If you don't have that belief, you're not going to take the actions necessary to heal. Second is to reframe your negative thoughts. We all, right? You're not alone. We all have negative thoughts in our lives. And it's the way you reframe them. When you think, I can't do that, you reframe them and go, okay, well, I've never done this before, but I'm going to push forward until I succeed. I'm going to do it, right? I've never done this, but I know I've completed great little wins in my past, and I'm going to go after those goals that I want. What about practicing self-compassion? Are you compassionate about the things that you're going through in your life? Are you compassionate that you're going to achieve the success that you want? Now, this is when you'll transform your life. You have to practice self, and then other people will see that within you, and they'll help and they'll push you to move forward. That that goes into number 5 here, is to seek support from others. You have to have a support network, especially if you're suffering with something, or especially if you're trying to build something. Either way, there has to be people around you that are going to push you to your limits, and they're going to push you past your goals. So that's what you're wanting to do. What about taking action despite of fear? Can you take action despite of fear, or does fear stop you? Does it immobilize you from becoming that person that you've been called to be? That quest you're on. Everybody hits that roadblock. You look at anybody, watch any movie, and each person are on a quest. They want to go from point A to point Z, but there's B, C, D, E. There's all these checkpoints that are going to either stop you or make you stronger. And if it makes you stronger, well, my friend, you're going to move on to the next one. If it stops you, you're going to stay there until it makes you stronger to move on to the next one. That's the way I believe life works. I believe that PTSD is a roadblock that we have hit, and it hits some people so hard that that's where their life ends. But my friend, your life doesn't have to end with a disorder, depression, anything. Your life can transform beyond it. And that's what I'm going to show you. That's what I'm going to be diving into in the month of June. It's all about PTSD, because that's what I'm all about. And building long-term self-confidence. That's going to be my last point. You want to build long-term. This isn't a sprint, right? This is a marathon. This is something that you want to build throughout your life. And when you can see and build self-confidence to create that selfless doubt back into your life and say, look, yeah, I'm scared. I don't know where life's going to take me. I don't know what's going to happen in my life, but that's not going to stop me from becoming the person I truly want to be. So overcoming self-doubt isn't a one-time fix. If you think today that you don't have doubt, okay, so let's say on Wednesday, if you're watching this on a Wednesday, you're like, you know what, I'm good today. I think I could do anything. And then tomorrow you wake up and you're like, oh man, I don't know why I thought I could do anything. Everything I'm doing is messing up. I'm going to fail again and again, right? It's a daily activity. You need to wake up and say, okay, I'm going to have some fears today. I'm going to have some lack of motivation maybe, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to go after the goals that I want to go. You got to consistently make some effort. So some strategies that I'm going to leave you with here are, first, self-reflection. If you can be in the moment and say, okay, what is it that's going on in my life that I want to adjust, right? If you don't know, you can't change it. But when you begin to change it, when you begin to say, okay, I want to make this adjustment in my life, I want to be the person that I truly want to become, this is when your life's going to transform. Practicing gratitude. When was the last time you were actually grateful for going through the experience that you went through, going through something that's made you stronger, or overcoming something? Or maybe, one area of your life you're struggling with, but another area is going amazing. Are you grateful for that area? Or are you so focused on the negativity and the frustration? You have to make your life whole, right? You can't be so excited about one part and then one part's failing. You have to really find that balance. What about developing a new skill? What is it in your life that you like to do? What is it that you want to go after? What are the things that you want to create? Now, these things are going to give you the skills and the ability to have that life that you want. But you have to learn to develop them. You have to learn to decide what you want and create that and go after it. What about celebrating small wins? We all have small wins every single day. Every day you've done something that's a win. And these help build self-confidence in times of self-doubt. When you have these small wins, that's when you create that life. That's when you begin to have a life that you move into that frame. You move into that message of, yeah, this is the life I want. And I've done things in the past that I know I've succeeded at. And I'm going to do things in my future, and I'm going to succeed at them too. We're never going to understand the confidence that we need to overcome self-doubt. We're never going to understand it. We just have to allow it in each moment. We have to allow it and move into these little wins and see these things happening so that you can begin to build that life that you truly want. So thank you for tuning in. For those who came on, for those who are watching the recording, I appreciate you. I'm glad that you spent some time with me and watched this. Remember to tune in every Wednesday. Coming June, it's going to change, and I'm going to be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I really want to help transform your lives. And remember, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.